Today, of course, we will first discuss the usual lesson, theory of firm. After that, the last half an hour we'll spend to discuss the tutorial on the basis of the theory of consumer behavior. Now, that's good actually. Otherwise, I might not be able to discuss the theory. Then quiz will be discussed in the last half an hour. Now we will move to the lesson. If you have any questions, any issue, any problem in hearing me or seeing the note, please let me know. Then I can contact Mr. Kavindra and do the remedial measure. Right. Right. Today's lesson is theory of firm. Remember last few weeks we discussed the first lesson we discussed basic concepts of economics. Scarcity, production possibility frontier, efficiency, inefficiency, unemployment, then the production possibility frontier, and after that macro and micro, the classification of subjects, different branches of the subject. Then we move to the demand and supply, theory of demand and supply. Market in the free enterprise economic system, we said that everything is determined by the market forces, not by someone else, not by the government. The free 100% free enterprise economic system. Everything determined by the market forces, demand and supply forces, prices, wages, the production, market forces, right? Then we discuss this detailed discussion about demand and supply. In the next lesson, we discuss elasticity, price elasticity of demand, income elasticity of demand, cost price elasticity of demand, price elasticity of supply. Because all these things are the first three measures, the consumer's response to the changing prices. Consumer's response to change the quantity demanded when its income changes. How does the consumer respond when the price of another good changes? Quantity demanded when price of another good changes. Product changes or complement good changes. Cost price elasticity. Then producer's response is some of us using the price elasticity of supply. That is, we discuss detail, some calculation. I think I discuss quiz also. Next, we move to the theory of consumer behavior. We wanted to model the behavior of a consumer. How does a consumer in a market economy, free enterprise economic system behave? How does this consumer take decisions? As I said, it's a theory. So the theory of consumer behavior, it will build up gradually. We build up the model. We ask what is the object of consumer, right? What is doing this behavior? First, you have to decide that. After that, you become constraint for consumer. Consumer has a constraint. Everybody has a constraint. Budget constraint. The consumer's problem is to maximize the utility subject to budget. Maximize the utility subject to budget. Then we discussed the two approaches, of course, marginal approach, personal approach. Using this theory, last under the theory of consumer behavior, we want to apply the theory to derive certain things. Can we derive demand curve using the indifference curve approach? Yes. Can we derive then commercial organization, which under private organization, you have sole traders, partnerships. Sole trader, one individual use for money and run the business. He is responsible for the profit. He is responsible, right? Unlimited liability. Partnerships. Two or more the partners pool their money and run the business. Private limited companies will discuss in detail. Public limited companies, that is commercial organization. Commercial organization. Non-commercial organization. Non-commercial organization. The NGOs, non-profit making organizations, charities, clubs, society, associations. For example, YMBA, YMCA, YMMA, Lions, Save the Children, Red Cross. All are the examples for non-commercial organization. Basic difference between the companies or organization, private organization, mainly the targeting profits, non-targeting profit, non-commercial organization. Then public sector. Second group, public sector organization. Again, we have purely central government owned organizations. Government departments, armed forces, fire services, police services, all are purely government. The same government, public cooperation. These are all coming under public sector. CPC, Ceylon Petroleum Corporation, CEB, Ceylon Electricity Board, Ports Authority. Yeah, public cooperation. Central government, department of the purely under central government. Like that, the central government, public cooperation, owned by. There is also owned. Then still we have not discussed. I have no idea what is a firm. Firm. What is a firm? Now first we have to understand what is a firm. Generally speaking, firm is any organization that buys and sells of goods. Right? Private organization. You take a bank. Bank using factors of production, computers, men and machine produce banking service. Services. Using the labor, goods, computers, and the infrastructure produce the banking service, banking education. That is, using factors of production is buying and selling. Buying and selling. They buy factors of production, sell the service. And the thing is, this definition is very narrow, not a broad definition. If this is the definition, buying and selling is the characteristic of a firm, then individuals also the firm. We sell our labor service, right? And by goods. Then individual person is also like buying and selling is there. You are working, you are selling your labor service, 8 hours, 10 hours, 15 hours of labor. At the end of the day, your income, that you buy. Then individual can be classified, can be explained as a firm. No, that's not good. Firm is as a different, very, very broad definition. However, firm is a complex entity with at least 3 types of members: the workers, managers, and the owners. Workers, managers, and the owners. In some organization, manager and the owner coincide, superimposed, same. Sole trader. If you take a boutique in your the neighborhood person in that, he runs the business. Right? He earns profit. Is there. Manager and the owner is the same. But if you take a different blue chip companies mean those who raise capital shares, company in the share market. So the managers and the owners different. The Workers, managers, owners. Right? Different managers. Like owners mean the shareholders in that case, right? By that definition. Managers are there, administration management is there, then the workers are there to take a company. The share market company owners are the shareholders, right? Then the players, kind of players in a firm: workers, managers, and the firm owners. Now, types of firm we'll discuss basically. Types of firm that we can see in the economy: sole traders, partnerships, and companies. Effect of the ownership, right? Sole traders, partnerships, and companies. Public-private classification. And that generally, in general, these are the types of firms that you can see: sole trader, partnerships, companies. Who's a sole trader? Business owned by a single individual. Think about a boutique in neighborhood. Single individual or family business maybe, who is fully entitled to the income, the business, and fully responsible for any losses the business suffers. He is in the receiving end. He has to bear the loss, right? Then nobody is responsible for that one. Partnerships. Now, if you take think about when we are moving from Boralla to the Maradan side of the road, a large number of small right? Funeral parlors are there, then the issuing training the drivers. Then you have the Lady J, I'm reading this link. Then again you have public sector, service stations are there, police are there, telecom company. Think about going there. But of these things, there are some sole traders next to your house. That's a small boutique, buying and selling. Now these days, they sell sometime or most of the item is mask, face mask. They are selling, right? That is sole trader. Sole trader, one of the example for sole traders. Then partnerships, another category of company. Partnerships, business jointly owned by two or more people. Two or more people and jointly responsible for any losses. You and one pool the funds and run the business. Then you all are responsible. Both are responsible. This is your responsibility. Jointly, the responsibility for any losses. Nevertheless, partnerships still have unlimited liability. At the end, all the debts, all the liabilities should be met by selling, as a last resort, owners the profits, unlimited liability, right? All the debts should be, if you are in the case of liquidation, right? Unlimited liability. Companies is more organized. An organization legally allowed. The legal commission of the companies issue permit to run the business, do the business, specific business, right? Not all business, legally defined business. The agreement is there. You can stick to that agreement. Legally allowed to produce and trade. Shareholders have limited liability. That is limited liability. The owner's assets is not going to be auctioned, right? In the case of liquidation, right? But limited liability. If I own 1,000 shares, I'm responsible up to that amount. That's all. If you own 100 shares of a company, it's responsible limited only to these 100 shares. Limited liability. Also, they earn a return from capital gain. Think about the share market. capital gain. Individuals capital gain. Individuals if those invest in the owners or the shareholders invest in the company, earn return from capital gain. What is capital gain? Buy a share at 10 rupees. After 2 years time, it went up to the 100 rupees. That is 9. That is called capital gain. Capital gain. The capital gain is what is sources of return coming from company in share market. Then not only that, in addition to that, companies annually pay dividends. Dividend pay. Some part of some fraction, the percentage of profit is distributed among the shareholders, dividends. Or they can give a bonus shares also, sometimes. Equivalent amount of dividend. Okay, if you wish, you can get more shares free of charge. Right? That is a bonus shares. Now, therefore, the shareholder of a company can earn a return through capital gain, or the dividend receipts, or the bonus shares. Right? Finance investment. Right. Now, before that, okay. Now we come to this very important point. You know what is a firm, types of firms, in terms of organizing ownership. Then general discussion is the types of firms and economy, sole trader, partnerships, and the company. Sole traders and partnerships, unlimited liability. Unlimited liability. Right. Then what is the objective of a firm? Tell me, what is the objective of a firm? Of you going to hear. What is the objective of a firm? Hello? Objective of a firm? Hello?
Profitability.
Profitability.
No. Profitability, okay. Yeah. And survival.
Survival, okay.
Growth.
Growth, yes, good. Any other objectives? Boys, what do you think? What is the objective of a firm? Objective of a consumer is to maximize utility, satisfaction. That is objective. Like objective, yes, what is the objective of a firm? Tell me. Any answer, any answer. Don't hesitate.
Minimize the risk.
Sorry, yes. Yes, you said something. Yes, hello? Yeah?
Minimize the risk.
Minimize the risk. Okay, risk minimization. Good. Okay, right. Okay. Like that, objective of there are a large number of objectives. First, we'll discuss the general objective of a firm. Then you think it is the profit maximization. No, there are so many other objectives of a firm. The main objective may be maximize profit, but as you said, minimize the risk. But there are other objectives. What are the objectives? Secure higher market share of the brandings. They want to get brandings. Now they are becoming a multinational company, international company. They want to get the market share, increase the market domestically, or internationally get the higher market share. Right? Satisfied return on capital, ROC, return on capital. Invest higher return on capital. That may be the objective. Efficient service. Efficiency is the first, not the profit. Yeah, you want to maintain efficiency is the first priority. Right? For example, the RMB, long time ago, to get your renovation or the registration, if you have registered the car, at least you have to go visit the 3-4 times. Right? Now it is different. 5 years, 6 years ago, they computerized online. Even online, you can get the registration. Efficiency has improved using the the injecting the technology to the process, right? Then again, take the passport office, very efficient, very efficient. Now, after 1 day service is there, 1 month service is there, 1 week service is there. Different, of course, different prices. 1 day service in the morning, you surrender all the documents, relevant document. That's the photos, studios inside the passport office. Everything is there. Submit within 2 hours. You submit your documents. Maybe in the afternoon or after 4 o'clock, you can get your passport. Very efficient. That's efficient service. Even private companies, maybe they try to get the efficiency improvement could be the objective. But now some the general opinion is efficient, public sector is inefficient. No, there are examples that public sector institutions which are very efficient. That is, passport office is one of the examples. Public organization, public sector organization, very efficient. Similarly, there are private companies highly inefficient, right? Consumers have to wait, spend more time at the queue. These days, of course, you can't compare these companies in terms of efficiency. But these days, it's an ATM machine, there's a queue. At the bank door, the front door, there's a queue. That doesn't mean bank is not inefficient, right? Because of this situation, bank has adapted different so, but efficiency, we have some idea about it under normal. This is under new normal situation. Efficiency is different. Normal situation earlier, long time ago, 2018, efficiency is different, right? If you take the two banks, the 2018, think about service, customer service counters, comparing two banks, right? One bank, customer join the queue, 2 minutes time, he can do the job, he can get the service done, go out. Next bank, you have to spend 5 minutes to get done. That means that bank is relatively efficient than the first bank, right? Now it is different. Now it is a completely different. In normal situation, our definition of efficiency should be changed, right? Change. That's the difference. Then that is also one of the objectives, providing efficient services. Then, as you said, we said, minimize risk minimization in operation, exchange risk, default risk, in the case of bank, right? Default risk is the exchange risk. Then there are a large number of risk items, risky situation, agencies. For example, interest rate. Why does the bank charge interest rate from the lenders, from the borrowers? Because of the risk. Risk-free premium is there. In the interest rate, if the interest rate is 10%, now recently central bank, you adopted the policy decision to increase savings rate and the both lending rate, the policy rates. Central bank can't influence, can't ask to revise the rates. No, it is but central bank has some their own ownership. There are some interest rates owned by the central bank. Policy rates are there. Bank rate, reserve rate, the repo rate, SDR. They can change. Now that's an upward division of this interest rate. Then signal is going to these commercial banks, the sectors, okay, to increase interest rate now, savings rate lending. Mainly, what is the objective? Because the central bank anticipating inflation, fighting with the inflation will be a problem. It will be a key problem in the coming years. Therefore, coming months. Therefore, that they want to raise interest rate, restrict the private sector lending, right? Control the aggregate demand. By that, they can bring down the prices, inflation, right? Recently, yesterday, the Fed Chairman Powell, is the second term has approved by the president. Now he gave a discussion. You can go to the Google and listen to his speech. He himself, actually, I could hear the entire the speech, but he himself indicated some sort of increase in interest rate, right? Restricting to quantitative easing. So we are talking about interest rate. You can disaggregate interest-free component plus component for each type of risk, variability risk, exchange risk due to exchange risk, then the default risk. You add 10% can be disaggregated risk-free. Let's say 7%, balance 3% is the risk premium. You can disaggregate interest rate. So minimize risk operations, minimize the risk. Market risk is there. These days, you can predict, forecast the exchange rate, movement of the exchange rate. Therefore, some kind of exchange risk is there. Now, there's a huge gap between official and the informal market. Informal market, let's say these days, $200 is going how much? 240, 247, 50, 250. But official rate is less. This gap is a measure of this underground economy. Or gap is informal sector activities. The gap represents the scarcity of dollars in the market, right? These are the minimum risk. Next one is the employment generation. The objective is employment generation, right? You can think of the public sector companies. Most of the public sector institutions, just after the election, they mainly CB, CB, employment generation. These politicians, they generate employment. Informal sector, they clericals and then the of course, as some standard the practices. Yeah, the employment generation. Objective would be employment generation. Then, all of these objectives, main objective is the profit maximization. Profit maximization, right? Profit maximization. That's why if I ask the question, what is the objective of a firm? Some classes people say profit maximization. There are some other subsidiary objectives, and of those objectives, it's very reasonable to assume firm is to maximize objective is to maximize economic profit. When you say profit, I have bolded this economy profit. Economy profit, accounting profit. Economy profit, accounting profit. Now you understand. Last point. Also, the firm minimizes the transaction cost of production. Transaction, what is the transaction cost? If you take an individual to understand the transaction cost. If you, for an ATM, simple example, you can, if you go to ATM, the monthly requirement, the requirement expenses, let's say 25,000, you go to the ATM, get the 25,000, you have the budget, entire budget. Or you can say, you go to the first week or today you go and get 1,500. Next week, 2,000. Again, 4,000, 5,000. Number of times you go to the bank, increase. That is cost increase. That is, for example, transaction cost. Transaction cost increase. Transaction cost increase. Right? Company definitely, the formation of a company lead to minimize the transaction cost. If you are working in the production department, you are not going to buy the inputs, some parts or tires. Parts. No, it is the highly organized team. Suppliers are there, quotations are called, and gain that. Minimize the transaction cost. If the individual go and get necessary parts, necessary inputs, huge transaction cost. You have to go to the grandpas and get the armor sheet and visit the places. Individual companies, employees go and visit all the individuals, companies and get do the purchases. No. Organization, company, firm, that's well organized. So that definitely minimizes transaction cost. The objective of a firm is also to minimize transaction cost. Okay, discussion of the objectives. Of these objectives, we said generally the main objective of a firm is to maximize the profit. Now, economic profit. Two types of important concept. Economic profit, accounting profit. Economic profit, accounting profit. As the two names implied, accounting profits coming from accountant. Account department use accounting profit. Profit, economic concept. Economics use this concept. Accounting. What is accounting profit? Minus accounting cost, direct cost. Direct cost. Raw material cost, electricity cost, other input costs, wages, deduct revenue minus these costs. But economic profit, revenue is the same. Minus economic cost. Economic cost is major part of the economic cost, accounting cost. Economic cost is of two parts. Accounting cost, opportunity cost of all the factors of production. That's interesting. For example, if you take a company annually, let's say annual income is 50,000. Direct cost, equity cost, raw material cost, wage cost, let's say 30,000. 50,000 minus 30,000 is the accounting cost. But if you want to calculate economic revenue, 50,000. Accounting cost, 30,000. You have some other items accounting cost to get the economic cost. Like opportunity cost of workers, opportunity cost of owners' time, opportunity cost of owners. If you are not in this company, how much you could have earned by joining another company. Opportunity cost of factors of productions are also included, added to the accounting cost and get the economic cost. So the economic profit generally economic profit is less than the accounting profit. Now, if you see normal accounting, profit and loss account, assets and liability statement, profit and loss account, they use accounting profit approach. Accounting profit approach. And they can't calculate opportunity cost of factors, so opportunity cost of work, opportunity cost of a manager, opportunity cost can be calculated. It's extremely difficult to calculate opportunity cost. Therefore, simply they get the difference between revenue and the accounting cost, get the accounting profit. That is the approach used by the accountants. The important concept is the economic profit, even though it is difficult to calculate that. The economic profit is accounting profit minus economic cost, the economic cost minus accounting cost. Economic profit is actually, if you simplify, go through the last line and it can be calculated. The economic cost is the accounting cost plus the accounting profit. Economic profit is you substitute for this revenue from the second equation. You can derive this final formula, accounting profit minus this. But the main thing is to understand what is profit, what is accounting profit, what is the difference between accounting cost and economic cost. Economic cost is the major part of the economic cost is the accounting cost. No question about it. You have some additional cost type when you calculate economic cost. Revenue obtained from selling output, the third line you can be derived. Mathematically, you can derive that. Revenue obtained from selling output depends on the demand curve. Now we are talking about the revenue side, but revenue depends on demand. Demand faced by, right? Demand depends on what? At what price you can sell a given amount of output. Revenue obtained from selling out depends on the demand curve. Some are elastic, some are elastic, some are inelastic, some are perfectly inelastic, some are the relatively inelastic. Depend curve, the demand curve, shape of the demand curve. Revenue depends on. Not only that, depends on price and quantity. Revenue equal P into Q. If the company, if the firm, if the business sells, let's say 10 loaves of bread at 100 rupees, 10 into 100, that is 1000 rupees is the revenue. The demand curve, the price for which any given quantity can be sold, and the revenue of the firm, right? Demand could be depending on the type of the good. Demand curve is inelastic. Last time we said some are relatively steeper, some are relatively elastic, flatter demand curve, right? Depending on the good, right? So the demand revenue directly, there's a relationship between revenue and the demand. For each output level, production cost depends on technology. Number one. That determines how many inputs are needed to produce the output and on input prices. Technology and input. Technology, when you say technology, some production activities are more labor intensive. Some are capital intensive. Labor intensive, more men, less machines. Capital intensive, more machines, less people, less capital labor, right? Now, for example, I think I discussed this example earlier, the occasion also, the paddy production. Paddy production, harvesting now becoming earlier, 1960s, 70s, 80s, it was more labor intensive activity. Now it is becoming capital intensive activity. If you take only that activity, capital intensive activity, right? Capital intensive activity, more machines are used, less labor. Technology, that is the technology. Capital labor combination, labor capital combination, experience technology. Two types of labor intensive, capital intensive technology. Then, not only that, input prices, factors of production, labor and capital, no ratio is the technology. But to calculate the cost, you need the price of labor and price of capital, input prices. That determines what the firm will have to pay for those inputs. Cost depends on input prices, price of labor, price of capital, amount of labor, amount of capital determine the technology. What kind of technology you are using, right? Technology. Nowadays, of course, the world now online selling online is becoming the stylized factor in this in this scenario of this COVID. Big companies in Australia, you might have seen, and not only now it's online selling becoming a factor. Online means all the you place the order, so people on the belt, we go to the particular distribution point. From that, through vehicles or some other mode of transport, deliver that to the individual's house. Online, it's a new economic activity. Online selling has become a new economic activity under this pandemic situation. The pandemic situation, right? You also can call Keels, the Keels, or the any market chains, or sometimes some retailers are there doing the online business. It's a new innovative activity. In 2018, 2017, it's very rare. Online is not a concept, not an economic activity. Now it has become a new economic activity. New economic activity. That's an important thing under this. Even COVID is a serious issue. But in this scenario, you have new economic activity, production, face mask, face shields, new production activity, oxygen, selling oxygen, buying, selling oxygen, right? So earlier 2018, 17, buying oxygen is a very funny thing for a household. Now sometimes some people advise, okay, best thing is to store, get an oxygen can and keep it. So, 2016, 17, if you say a household, okay, you buy oxygen can, keep it at home, very funny. Actually, if there are then the investigation, all those days also, sometimes household purchase oxygen cylinders, but it's not that, it's rare. Now it is, something advocate, okay, buy oxygen cylinder. Right? That is one of the precautions. Right? The oxygen cylinder, one of my friends said, actually not the oxygen cylinder, that gadget is the most expensive thing. If the oxygen cylinder is 50,000, the gadget, convert that in this things, it is expensive, more than 100,000, 200,000, right? So that is the input prices determine what the firm will have to pay for those things. Now we are coming to actual payments to inputs in the production process. Actual payment, explicit payment. No hidden payment, no implicit payments are not considered. Economic cost is sum of accounting cost and the opportunity cost of all input. Opportunity cost of all inputs, right? Economic cost. Economic cost is accounting cost plus something. Then you can see economic cost is generally higher than the accounting cost. Economic cost is higher than the accounting cost. Then what will happen? Even though revenue is the same, economic profit will be less than the accounting profit. Because you deduct revenue minus economic cost. Economic cost is higher than the accounting cost. But generally, economic cost is smaller than the accounting. Economic profit is less than the accounting profit. Economic profit is the best concept. That's why economists use their own definition of profit, right? Not the accountant. Accountant and economist definition profit is different. Now I will give the example, and I will ask you to calculate the answer these three questions, right? Perhaps owns the shop where she works. In a year, she has revenue of 60,000 and monetary cost. When you say monetary, direct cost, right? Electricity, shampoo, conditioners, and so on cost. Also assume that hairdresser, now last sentence is very important. Hairdresser can rent the shop to a communication for $10,000. What does that mean? Opportunity cost of these premises, 10,000. Estimate accounting profit. Estimate economic profit. Then the part is a bit challenging, right? So can you answer? We will spend 10 minutes to answer this question. Then now it is 11. Yeah, 11:22. 11:30. We'll discuss. Please try. Estimate accounting profit. What is revenue minus accounting cost? Economic profit, revenue minus economic cost. Third part, of course, a bit open. You can calculate again. If the rent increases 1,000 to 25,000, again you have to answer A and B. Okay, I ask you the answer to the part A, part B, and part C. Okay, 10 minutes. Discuss accounting profit. Accounting profit. How to get accounting profit? Tell me, what is accounting profit? Difference between what? What items? Yes. What is accounting profit? Accounting profit is how much? Tell me. Hello? 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 Accounting profit, how much? Can anyone give me the answer? Hello? What is accounting profit? Revenue minus accounting cost. How much?
15,000.
Good. Very good. How do you get the answer? 60,000 minus 45,000. What is this 45,000? 45,000 is the direct cost, explicit cost. Electricity, shampoo, conditioners, and so on. 45,000. So 60,000 minus 45,000 economic cost is the accounting profit, 50,000. Economic profit is the revenue is the 60,000. You have to calculate the economic cost. What is economic cost? Economic cost is 45,000 is the accounting cost plus opportunity cost of premises. How much? 10,000. So for economic cost is how much? 45,000 plus 10,000. 55,000. And what is estimated profit? 60,000 minus 55,000. 5,000. Agree? Accounting profit 15,000 as you said. Economic profit 5,000. But you have to deduct economic cost. Accounting cost is the major part, 45,000 plus the opportunity cost of premises. The hairdresser can rent. If the hairdresser does not run this business, how much he could have earned? She could have earned by renting the opportunity cost of this premises. Then economic profit. Last question. See, I want a specific answer. Accounting profit. You can calculate easily. Accounting profit, how much? 60,000 minus 45,000. No change. Agree? 15,000. 1,000 minus accounting cost 45,000. 15,000. Okay. Tell me what is the economic rate? Rent is 25,000. How much?
Economic loss.
Yes. What is the loss is how much? Yes. How much?
10,000.
10,000.
Yeah. 60,000 minus what? 45 plus. Yes. So 45,000 plus 25,000 is the economic cost. That means 70,000. So the revenue is 60,000 minus 70,000 minus 10,000. Economic loss of 10,000. Now my question is, what do you recommend this hairdresser to do? Be in the business or do something else? What is the most sensible thing to do? Yes, economic loss. If she be in the business, economic cost is economic profit minus 10,000. So what do you recommend? Best thing. Best thing is what? What do you recommend? Yes, you know, you can answer. What do you recommend? Yes, do you still recommend her to run the business and making minus 10,000 economic loss? Like that. Accounting profit, of course, she can get accounting profit 15,000. Total 15,000. Accounting profit 15,000. 60,000 minus 45,000. Right? Economic profit minus 10,000. And what do you recommend? What do you recommend to do? Tell me. What is the best economic decision if you are an economist? What do you recommend? What is your recommendation to hairdresser? Yes? Yes? Very simple.
Rent out the shop.
Rent out the shop and getting 25,000 annually because it is higher than the account profit of 15,000. Number one, definitely it is higher than the economic profit of minus 10,000. So the most sensible thing is to rent out it. So therefore, that's why this economic, accounting profit concept is very important. Right? You rent out business, right? But in this whole story, we have not considered one important opportunity cost item. Can anyone of you? We have considered opportunity cost of premises, renting, but we have not taken into consideration one of the important opportunity cost. Opportunity cost. What is that? What is that? Think about it. Yes. What is that? Opportunity cost item. The premises you have calculated. That is, in the first case, it is 10,000. After that, it is 25,000. But we have dropped one of the important component. What is that? What is? Tell me. What is that? Opportunity cost of hairdresser time, labor, hairdresser's time. You have not considered. Actually, it is not given in this particular example. But the opportunity cost of hairdresser's time. How do you calculate? If this hairdresser can find a job in another company, in a formal sector, another sector, how much she could have earned? That is the opportunity cost of owner's time, hairdresser's time. You have not considered that thing. It's okay if that amount is there, your whole calculation will be different. Economic profit calculation will be different, but we have leave out that. We have not considered of hairdressers. Sometimes you can say she has been trained to be hairdresser. She doesn't have any other training to be employed in another sector. Therefore, opportunity cost could be zero. That also can be understand. She's a hairdresser. She can't be a computer programmer, right? She can't be she can't join the women's cricket team. Can't be a cricketer. No. Therefore, we can assume opportunity cost of hairdresser time zero. What is opportunity cost of hairdresser time? If you can't find another employment, how much he could have earned? That is the opportunity cost. But in this case, it is zero. Assumption is on the assumption that she can't find another company. That is okay. Right. Okay. Now let's go to now. This thing is up to now we have discussed what is a company, what is a firm, types of firms in terms of ownership, in terms of general discussion about the company types, so partnerships and the company. Then we define the object to discuss the objective of a firm. We said general main objective of a firm is to maximize profit, but remember there are some other, also we said there are some other subsidiary objectives: minimize the risk, get a higher market share, generate employment, get a higher return for the capital, like that, right? Okay. Then we discuss how to calculate the difference between economic profit and accounting profit using an example. Now, objective is to maximize profit. Then, what is the question? What is the real question that firm has to answer? In order to get the maximum profit, how much should I produce? That is called profit maximizing output. How does a firm decide the profit maximizing output? That's a basic question. Objective is maximize the profit. Obviously, we have asked the question. Board of directors, managers should ask the question: if I want to get maximum profit, how much should I produce? Profit maximizing output. To calculate the profit maximizing output, two approaches. TRTC approach. TR is total revenue, total cost approach. Second one is marginal revenue, marginal cost approach. Actually, MRMC approach is the most important approach of these two. But I generally discuss this TRTC approach, so total revenue, total cost approach. In this case, this is some hypothetical example, right? Hypothetically, to calculate firm produce 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, 4 units, 5 units. Then firm know the price of the, know the demand curve. You know how to calculate the revenue. You calculate the revenue under each output level. Then under each output level, you know the cost, total cost. Then you calculate TR minus TC profit. Profit under each out at every at every output level. Profit. Output. Profit. Output column. Profit column. In between, you have the revenue column, cost column, total revenue column, total cost column, and profit. Then you go study the profit and at each output level, then output level that get the result, the maximum profit is called the profit maximizing output. In this model, actually firm does not actually produce, but this is a mental exercise using the available data demand curve, right? Okay. Now we calculate this. Yeah. Quantity, that is the output. Price. First unit, only first unit, the selling price would be 21. Total revenue, 21. Into Q. Cost of the production is 25, like that. 2 units, unit price 20, 2 into 20, 40. Cost of these 2 units, 36. That is coming from the production department, right? 36. Then difference is 40 minus 36, 4 profit. Earlier one, 21 minus 25 minus very low output level. If the firm doesn't produce any output, 0. Total cost 10, profit is minus 10. Even if the firm produce only one output, revenue is not enough to cover the cost. Your revenue is 21, the cost is 25. Profit minus from 2 kilogram, 2 units of the output onwards, they can start making profit. 2 units, 4 minus 30 is 4. 3 units, the 19 into 3 minus 44. 4 units, 4 into 18, 72 minus 51. 5 units, 5 into 17 minus 59. 6 units, 6 into 16. Can you quickly calculate this maximum profit and the profit maximizing output? How much? Can you quickly calculate this? Calculate. Get the revenue minus cost profit. Complete this revenue column by multiplying output and the profit. Get that? Then calculate the profit, estimated profit, TR minus TC. Can you calculate and can you decide what is the profit maximizing output? I think it is 6. Yeah, 6, 16, 96, 96 minus 69. Can you, like that, can you calculate? Tell me the profit maximizing output. What is? It is 5, 6 or 7. As I can remember, it is 6. Yes. Can you calculate? 6 into 16. Yeah, I think so. You are right. 6 into 16 is 96. 96 minus, yes, the 69, 27. 27 is the profit, right? You are right. But the 5, when it's 5 into 17 is 85. 85 minus 85 minus 85 minus the 59. 26, yes. Then 7 to 15, yes. 85 minus 81. Yes, I think 6. At 6, you get profit of 27. Correct? Am I correct? 27.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You can calculate profit. Then we say the 6 is the profit maximizing output. Very simple. PRTC approach is very simple. Hypothetical, expected revenue, expected cost, then expected profit. Expected profit is maximized when output is 6. When the company produces 6 metric tons, you can get 27,000, let's say, in dollars profit, like that. 6 units, 7 profit. Profit maximizing output is 6. Whatever the unit you can use, right? 6 kilograms or 6 grams, 6 metric tons. So then accordingly, the profit maximizing output can be designated, right? Okay, 6. Very low levels of output, of course, low levels of output, profit negative. Even if you calculate the last point, 10 into 12, 120. Revenue 120, then what will happen? 120 minus 129 is minus 9. Very high level of output also, profit negative, right? 9th, of course, it is profit. Very low level of output, profit negative, cost is higher than the revenue. High level of output, profit negative, cost higher than the revenue. That's higher than the revenue, because purely that is due to the demand side issue and also the factor price issue, cost issue, right? The negative. Intermediate level, in between you have profit positives, but profit is maximized when the output level is 6. Profit maximum. Now we move to the MRMC approach, marginal revenue. Marginal revenue, marginal cost approach. First we calculate marginal revenue. Now I'll go to the board and discuss this. What is marginal revenue? Marginal revenue is, you can easily calculate. Now this is coming from the TR column is coming from earlier table. This table, TR column 21, 40, then you have the 57, 72. TR. MR is increase in revenue per unit increase in output. Increase in revenue per unit increase in output. For example, if firm doesn't produce any output, TR 0. If when firm produce first unit of the output, TR 21. Marginal revenue of the first unit is 21 minus 0 divided by 1 minus 0 divided by 1, 21. Then when firm produce the 2 units, the total revenue will be 40. First unit results 21 rupees. Then last unit, second unit, generate how much revenue? That is the marginal revenue of the second unit. 40 minus 21. 40 minus 21 is 19. 40 minus 21 is 19 divided by 2 minus 1. Per unit, no? 19. Third unit. 3 unit generates 57 rupees. First 2 units generated 40 rupees. Then what is the revenue generated by the last unit? Third is 57 minus 40. 57 minus 40 is 17. 17 divided by 3 minus 2. Denominator 3 minus 2. And I'll give you the formula for this one. Like that, you can calculate MR. MR, that is, sorry. We go to the board. Yes. Yeah. Now you go to the board. Can you see the board? Please tell me. Now the MR, marginal revenue is marginal revenue. You see the board? MR is defined as change in total revenue divided by change in output. Change in total revenue divided by change in output. That is TR2, let's say, minus TR1 divided by Q2 minus Q1, for example. Same thing. For example, quantity 0, TR 0. First unit TR 21. No? 2 units 40. Then 3 units 30. 32. No? How much? 3 units. 3 units. What is the total revenue? Total revenue how much? I don't have the number now. What is the total revenue? The 57. 57 line. So the marginal revenue is first unit marginal revenue 21. Second unit 40 minus 21 divided by 2 minus 1, change in quantity. 2 minus 1, that is 19 divided by 1, 19. 19. Third unit, what is MR? MR is 57 minus 40. 57 minus 40 is 17. 57 minus 40 divided by 3 minus 2. That is 17 divided by 1, 17. And that you can calculate MR. MR. Right? MR can be calculated. Can you see the board? Please tell me. Can you see the board? Formula. It is the increase in revenue per unit increase in output. Increase in revenue per unit increase in output. That is the mathematically, if you are familiar with the this is the discrete output. Output 1, 2, 3, 4. Output is discrete. If the output is continuous variable, then marginal revenue is defined as differentiation dTR over dQ. That is marginal revenue. You will differentiate the revenue function with respect to output to get the marginal revenue function. Marginal revenue function. Then using the numbers, discrete output 1, 2, 3, 4. So you get the marginal revenue using this formula. If it is output is continuous. Continuous means between 1 and 2 you can have any other output level. 1.001, 1.002, 1. No gaps. Continuous one. Continuous one is the formula differentiation of the revenue function with respect to output. You can get the marginal revenue function. Right? Okay. Any question? Please ask me now. I believe this is not a difficult exercise. Right? Now this is of course marginal revenue MR. Definition: MR is defined as marginal revenue. I will use red color. MR. Marginal revenue is equal to change. Delta stands for change. Change in total revenue divided by change in output. Change in output Q. Change in TR. Change in Q. Then next line you have the marginal revenue equals TR2 minus TR1. TR2, I write this in red. TR2 minus TR1 divided by Q2 minus Q1. Q1. Now in this these numbers, if you can't see the numbers, output 0, 1, 2, 3. Output revenue, total revenue is 21, 40, 57. All these numbers. Then marginal revenue of the first unit is 21. 21. Marginal revenue. How do you get that? MR. 1 minus 0. 21 minus 0. 21. When company produces 2 units, they can earn 40. First is they can earn 40 40, the total revenue 40. Therefore, marginal revenue is 40 minus 21. 40 minus 21, that is 19. Divided by 2 minus 1. 1901. 40 minus 21 divided by 2 minus 1. 1901 is 19. Then 57 minus 40, third unit. Marginal revenue third unit is 57 minus 40 divided by 3 minus 2. 17. Like that, you can calculate marginal revenue. Now, this calculation is true when output is discrete. First unit, after that, 2 units, 3 units, 4 units, discrete. There are gaps. The firm doesn't produce 1.5 units. 1 shirt, 2 shirt, 3 shirt, like that. Firm does not produce 1.5 units, 5 shirts, 1.5 shirts, 1.75 shirts. No, that can't be, no. So therefore it is discrete. In the case of discrete output, this is how we calculate. Continuous output. You can produce any amount of the output, any amount of the output, any amount of the output. 1 megawatt, 2 megawatts electricity. Then in between you have 1.11 megawatt, 1.5, 1.6. Any amount can be the output. Continuous output, electricity. In that case, we use formula is dTR over dQ to differentiate revenue function with respect to output and get the marginal revenue function. Right? Okay, that's what I have written, the marginal revenue. If I ask any question now, in this case, if you ask any question or if you want to answer me, you can use any language. Tamil I can't, even English, so Sinhala I don't mind, but as it is the English medium is English, better if we use English language, but I don't mind. If you can't see, tell me. We shouldn't have any barriers, language barriers in this lesson. In the examination, you have to write this in English, right? So tell me, ask me question, even in Sinhala, it doesn't matter, right? English is better, but it doesn't matter asking questions in Sinhala also, answering my question, right? That we are all learners, beginners, have to learn these things, right? Okay. Now I will go to this here. Now this marginal revenue. Marginal revenue you can calculate. We know the definition of marginal revenue and interpretation. Interpretation is increase in revenue, increase in total revenue per unit increase in output. How do you calculate? You calculate change in revenue divided by change in output. Delta TR divided by delta Q. For example, fifth unit. How do you calculate the marginal revenue of the fifth unit? 85 minus 72 divided by 5 minus 4. Eighth unit, 112 minus 105 divided by 8 minus 7. 112 minus 105 is 7. Right? Divided by 8 minus 7 is 1. That is 8th unit, the marginal revenue is the 7. By selling the last unit, 8th unit, you can earn 7 rupees. By selling the first unit, firm can earn 21. By selling the second unit itself, 2 units 40. Second unit, firm can earn 19, like that. 40 minus 21. Right. Okay. Similarly, you can calculate the marginal cost. Same definition. What is marginal cost? You can take down. MC is the change in total cost divided by change in output. Delta PC divided by change in output. What is the economic definition? Marginal cost is the cost incurred in producing the last unit of the output. First unit, second unit itself, third unit, fourth unit. With the 2 unit cost 36. First unit cost 25. So the second unit cost 11 rupees. 11 rupees. 36 minus 25. 11 rupees. That is the marginal cost of the second unit. Marginal cost of the third unit, 44 minus 36. 8 divided by 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2. So therefore the marginal cost formula is the change in total cost divided by change in output. Delta TC divided by delta Q. Take down that. Delta TC divided by delta Q, marginal cost. Delta TC divided by delta Q. Same as marginal revenue. Extended version is TC2 minus TC1 divided by Q2 minus Q1. Change in cost, delta TC divided by delta Q. Marginal revenue, remember the formula? Delta TR divided by delta Q. Same formula. Marginal cost is delta TC divided by delta Q. You can calculate the marginal cost as well. Marginal cost. For each unit. Cost of the last unit. 3 unit cost 44. Marginal cost is cost of the last unit 44 minus 36. These 3, 44. First unit 36. 8. Now I have calculated these. You can complete that table actually as an exercise. You have to calculate. These are the homework exercise. You have to complete this MC, earlier table, calculate MR, MC. You have to derive these numbers. Please, now I have calculated and given this in this table. I have given both MR and MC. MR and MC. How to interpret? First unit, by selling the first unit, firm can earn 21. Cost of the first unit is 15. What is the profit? By selling the first unit, how much they can earn? MR minus MC. 21 minus 15. You can take down, that is a unit profit. Marginal profit. MR minus MC. Take down that. In your notebook, please take down MR minus MC. Marginal profit. Marginal profit. Marginal profit. MR minus MC. Marginal profit. Marginal revenue. Marginal cost. Marginal profit. Second unit itself generate 19, but cost of the second unit is 11. What is the marginal profit? By selling the second unit in the market, how much the firm can earn? 19 minus 11, 8. Marginal profit 8. Third unit. Third unit, by selling the third unit, firm can earn 17 rupees MR. But the cost of the third unit is 8. Therefore, if I ask the question, by selling the third unit itself, how much this firm can earn? 17 minus 80, 8, 9. Marginal profit is 9. Like that, the marginal profit 9. You can see marginal profit 6, marginal profit 8, sorry, marginal profit 21 minus 15, 6, 8, marginal profit 9. Then marginal profit 15 minus 8, 8. Then marginal profit, marginal profit, what will happen? Marginal profit, decreases 21 minus 5, 19 minus 11, 17 minus 8, like that, right? Marginal revenue continuously decreases. When output increases, it is a decreasing function. Marginal cost curve, what will happen? It decreases up to fourth unit, 15, 11, 8, 7. After that, increase U-shaped curve. Then output increases, marginal cost decreases, and then increases. MR curve is downward sloping. Then marginal profit, what will happen? 21 minus 15, 6. 19 minus 11, 8. 17 minus 8, 9. 15 minus 7, 8. 13 minus 8, 5. 11 minus 10, 1. 9 minus 12, minus 3. 7 minus 14, minus 7. Then what will happen? The profit function, MR minus MC. MR minus MC, 6, 8, 9. 6, 8, 9 increases and then decreases, 6, 8, 9, and then decreases 8, 7, like that. Output decision. First unit, marginal profit is 6, 21 minus 15. Firm, by selling the first unit, firm can earn profit of 6 rupees. Then what do you recommend? You recommend firm to increase, because by selling the first unit, you earn profit of 6. Increase the output to 2. Go to 2. Then go to second unit. Second unit, 19 minus 11. Still you are making profit. Increase the output. Output decision, increase. Then third unit, 17 minus 8. Still marginal profit is you are making profit. 17 minus 8, 9. Increase the output. Output decision is increasing. Current output 1. You recommend increase the output. Why? Marginal profit is positive. Selling the first unit, you can earn profit. Then firm increase the output to 2. Marginal profit positive. Increase the output. 8. Third. Then marginal profit 9. Increase the output. Like that, you can recommend firm to direction. Increase the output. Then you come to the 6th point. Still you are making profit. 11 minus 10. Your profit is positive. 1. 7th unit. Then what will happen? 9 minus 12. 9 minus 12. Then profit is negative. Minus 3. 7 minus 14. Minus 7. 5 minus 16. Minus 11. 3 minus 18. Minus. Therefore, when the marginal profit is negative, you recommend firm to decrease the output. Output decision decrease. When marginal revenue, MR minus MC, MR greater than MC, increase the output. MR less than MC, decrease the output. For example, first unit, MR greater than MC. MR greater than MC. MR greater than MC. Third unit, MR greater than MC. So you can increase the output. After 6th unit, MC greater than MR. Then you cut down the output. Now this is the MR-MC approach. Very interesting. Interesting approach. When marginal revenue greater than marginal cost, we recommend firm to increase the output. When marginal cost greater than the marginal revenue, we ask firm to decrease the output. Decrease the output. That's the interesting thing. That's the important thing about this MRMC rule to decide the profit maximizing output. Profit maximizing output. When MR greater than MC, increase the output. When MR less than MC, when MC greater than MR, decrease the output. At the profit maximizing output, MR equals MC. MR equals MC. MR greater than MC, increase the output. MR less than MC, decrease the output. So when MR equals MC, profit is maximized. Total profit is maximized. Total profit is maximized. This is the diagram. If you plot these two curves, MR curve is downward. When output increases, MR decreases. MC curve is like this. MC curve you can see the what has happened to MC. MC when output increases, MC decreases up to 4th unit. After that increases. U-shape curve. MR curve. MC curve. U-shape. MR continuously decreases. Marginal revenue. So at the point of intersection, MR equals MC. Output level 6. Remember, TRTC approach, you said profit maximizing output is 6. We should plot the curve, MR curve, x-axis output, MR curve is numbers y-axis. See the numbers 121 to 19, 317, 415, it's continuously decreasing. MC y-axis first decreases and then increases. U-shaped curve. First decreases, output 1, 15, 11, 8, up to 7, and MC decreases. After that, 5, 6, U-shaped curve. U-shaped curve, MC curve. Then, remember our rule, when MR to the left of the 6, MR is higher than the MC. When MR greater than MC, what you recommend is increase the output. Increase the output. To the right of the sixth, MC curve is above the MR curve. MC higher than the MR curve. Then what is the output decision? Reduce the decrease the output. Right? When the current output level is to the right, 7, 8, 9, 10, we recommend away from 6. Marginal cost and marginal decrease the output. Greater than MC to the left. From the last unit. Increase the output. MR greater than MC, you recommend them to increase. MC greater than MR, you recommend them to cut down the output. Then what happens? And the point of intersection are exactly equal. MC, it is 6. Now in the table, you can't see that it is 1, of course. 11 minus 10, because when you draw the chart, it is the point of intersection. 6. For example, less than 6, but you know, MR greater than MC, MR greater than MC, MR greater than MC, output decision increase, increase, increase. We ask them to increase. After 6, 7, MC greater than MR, 12, 9, 14, 7, then we ask them to decrease the output. At the point of intersection, MR equals MC, then profit maximizing output is 6. You said TRTC approach also, we said profit maximizing output 6. In that case, you check the profit. Profit is maximized 27, output is. In this case, you check MR. MR greater than MC, increase output. MR greater than MC, increase the output. MC greater than MR, decrease the output. At the profit maximizing point, MR equals MC, that is the profit maximizing output. So what is the profit maximized MR MC approach? Is profit is maximized at the output level where marginal level equals marginal cost. Profit is maximized at the output level where MR equals MC. Simple rule. So this approach is more realistic. Why is that? Why is that? More useful. Why is that? In addition to this, determining the profit maximizing output, you can give so many different opinions, different recommendations to the manager. Marginal cost, okay, you don't worry, you can increase the output. When marginal cost greater than the marginal, you recommend the firm, managers, production manager, okay, the MC greater than output. Increase. Your recommendation also can be made in this MR-MC approach. That's why it is useful. Profit is maximized exactly MR equals MC. This this approach is not that useful. Calculate the profit, then you determine the profit maximizing output. Right? Okay. Then next one. Production function. Lesson actually second part is the section is the production function. What is production function? Now we know a company, a bank, a firm, a sole trader or the partnership, how do they produce the output, good or a service? Using inputs, factors of production. So firms transform inputs into output. Bank. They have computers, they have premises, they have labor, they have other infrastructure, all these things. They have janitorial services. Using all these services, factors of production, and give the service, banking service. Transform these services or inputs into output. Transform inputs into output. The relationship between inputs and output is explained by the production function. This is a bit of mathematical concept. The relationship between inputs and the output. Input and output is explained by the production function. Using inputs, transform output. So you can write down the mathematical formula showing that relationship output is a function of labor and capital. Inputs then that function is called production function. The maximum output that you can produce using the given amount of labor and capital. Explain the production function, explain that. Maximum output. Using 4 workers and 2 computers. 4 workers and 2 computers. Using 4 workers and 2 computers, the firm can produce maximum output 100. That is the production function, relationship in production function. Using 4 workers and 2 computers, if the firm produces only 20, that is inefficient output. Inefficient output. Using 4 workers and 2 computers, they produce maximum output 100. That is the most efficient output. Production function is explained to the most efficient output, not the inefficient output. Understand? The production functions are the maximum output that can be produced from any given amount of input. I said 4 workers and 2 computers. Using 4 workers and computers, firm can produce maximum output. That is most efficient output. If they produce using 4 workers and 2 computers, only 20, highly inefficient output. Highly inefficient output. Like CTV, highly inefficient output. Output level is very high. Inefficient output. Large number of bus fleet, larger number of workforce, output is very poor. You don't get the bus on time. Sometimes the breakdown. Right? So that is the inefficient output level. Efficient output level is could be 100. 4 workers and 2 computers, company produce 100. Efficient output, maximum output. Production function specify the relationship between maximum output that can be produced using an amount of input. Not the inefficient output, right? To simplify our analysis, we assume that the firm uses 2 inputs, labor and capital. Q equal FLK. I can write the mathematical function. Q equal 2L plus K. Production function. 2L plus K equals Q. That is the relationship between output and inputs. If you use 2 units of labor and 1 capital, you can produce output. For example, if L is 1 and K is 1, what is the output? 2L plus K. L is 1. 2 plus 1. 3. Output is 3. Maximum output 3. 1 labor, 1 capital, output 3. What is the production function? 2L plus K. Think about it. 2L plus K is K1. 2 plus 1. 2L is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. So that is the maximum output. Production function is given by 2L plus K equals Q. Mathematically, this Q is the maximum output. 2L plus K. That is the production function, is the relationship between inputs and output. Production function specifies the maximum output that you can produce using given amount of input. Equals it. Technical efficient, that is called the efficient output. Maximum output. Ways of combining input to produce output. Right? Using 4 labor, 4 capital, maximum output is 100. If you produce, let's say, 90, it is not the inefficient output. It is not coming into this production function. Production function specify this 100. Maximum output 100. 6 and 2, 100. 6 workers, 2 computers, maximum output 100. Production function. I think I wanted to put that maximum output level, production function. 7 workers, 2 computers, 106. 12 workers, 4 computers, 200. If the company produces output level less than that, each combination, these are the inefficient output. Inefficient output. In terms of 100, if they produce 90, inefficient. Instead of this 100, if they produce 80, inefficient. 106, let's say 100, inefficient. 200, 190, inefficient. Inefficient output. That's why we said You have to understand. The formula is there, but it is the maximum technically efficient output that can be produced using the given amount of inputs, labor and capital, men and machine. Right. Now, the general statement Q is a function of F. FLK. Q is a function of FLK. LK. Q equal FLK. So, both labor and capital are used. Firm increase both labor and capital to get the output. To increase the output, sometimes both L and K get the output. But sometimes that's different production function. From this production fund, I have put K bar, fixed capital, variable labor. This form wants to increase the output. They can increase the labor. By changing labor, they can increase the output. Capital is fixed. You have only 4 computers. No way to increase the computers. But you have a lab is by increasing labor, increase the output. What is the situation? This is called short-term production function. Take example. Today, you decide to start a business. You have 4 computers. But you go to the bank manager. Then you say, okay, so I'm going to start a business tomorrow. But then business, I want to buy more computers. Can I get a 1 million loan? Manager might laugh. No way. You just start. So you manage with the 4 computers. Manage with the 4 computers. Capital is fixed. Labor variable. In the short term, that is the short term. In the short term, company's production function, one of the factors of production fixed. Capital is labor variable. So output to higher labor. But in the long run, after 1 year, 2 years time, again you go to the bank manager, then say, okay, sir, so manager, I manage that 4 computers as you said earlier. Now I have expanded my business. Now I want to buy more computer. I am making profit. My economic profit is there. So you have the balance sheet, you have the profit and loss account. That to him. And can I get a loan? 1 million. Yes, yes, of course. Can give. We are there to give loan. Right? Then you can buy computer. Capital becomes fixed factor, variable factor. 4 computers, now you can change any number of computers. Now with this, 2 factors are there. Labor is the variable, capital is the variable. Men and machine both, you can increase the labor, the capital, or both labor and capital. All variables, no fixed factor. That is called long run production function. In the long run production function, no fixed factors, no fixed factor production. In the short run, one of the factors of production is fixed. One of the factors of production is fixed. Right? But the thing is actually in developing country, Sri Lanka, mainly we have abandoned labor, but our fixed factor is the capital. You might give the money, as we said, capital, computer, equipment, capital goods. Of course, to buy those things, we need money. That is a different story. But in economics, when you say K is the capital goods, value of capital goods. It is other. Sometimes some developed countries, labor is the fixed factor, capital is variable. They have enough money to buy these capital goods. Labor is the fixed factor. They import labor and use them. That's why the South Korea, Japan, now Japan is a huge problem. Japan, we have a huge problem because they have allowed visas. Working visas for the other countries, people in other countries. Of course, there are some restrictions. Japanese language could be a factor, Now they are going to open up their labor market because their labor is a labor shortage. There are labor these young people are there in Japan. They work in the companies, right? Labor, some service companies or production manufacturing firm, they are getting jobs. Now Japan is going to open the work visa is a formalize this, right? If they are going to hire, they have some targets to hire more and more workers from the countries, Asian countries. They are facing huge shortage of labor in the labor market restrictions are there, right? Now this Chinese company, now for example, Samsung, the Korean company, their headquarters in Japan, sorry, in Vietnam. This the new iPad, the manufacturing country, Vietnam, Samsung Galaxy iPad. So their headquarters, huge headquarters, is there in Vietnam. Right? Cheap labor. Vietnam, cheap labor. Now there are some labor issues. Now these labor, belonging of this Chinese companies, now they are fighting. They are fighting because they are asking for higher the wage rate. Right? China has a problem. They operating in these Vietnam companies, right? They are owned by. That's a different story. So short-term production function, short-term production, one of the factors of production. Long-run production function, no fixed factors, all variable. You can hire any number of workers, change the hire any number of the companies, or you can expand the scope of business. And there are many export company, manufacturing companies. So now they have moved to the hotel sector or the hospital sector, right? That is changing the scope of business. In the long run, everything is possible. Okay, we will stop at this point, but the time now. We stop this point next week, Saturday, same time. We'll see you. Any question, please ask me. Next Saturday, I will try to discuss this question about the theory of consolidation. Please try to answer that question. See you. We'll stop now. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.